I'm going to record just in case somebody needs like the recording and we're on, but okay, so I'm going to actually like take over your screen. It's going to hopefully show you my Facebook. So challenge groups, as far as that's concerned, I always have a challenge group every single month. So don't ever feel like you have to be like the person to run this entire like challenge group and all of this stuff. I open it up to newer coaches and coaches who have 5 or less challengers. I usually do like a 5 or fly thing. So if you have like 5 or 6 girls that you're working with and like sign up with you, that's a really good amount for you to like run your own group, create your own community kind of thing. Before that, I give all of that to you so you can add your girls and kind of like learn as you go. So January is weird because I ran 2 groups. Normally I run just one, and I basically fill that group like all month. But this, like for January, we had 2 because we had the bar blend launch, and then we also have like our regular Facebook group. So I'm just going to show you the fit one that I have, just so it's not like bar blend oriented. But this is normally what the challenge groups look like. So I will set them up, and then I'll give you guys the link, and you just add yourself in there. And then like, let's just say Mackenzie has someone who signs up with her today. She's like, hey, I have a challenger. I'll add her as an admin, and then you can add your people just as if it was your Facebook group, if that makes sense. And so obviously like the posts and stuff, I schedule all of those ahead of time. So like right here, it says 21 scheduled posts. Like I have a day 1 to day 31 thing that I literally just like copy and paste in here. And so I schedule all of those for you guys. So it's like totally out of your, like, you don't even have to worry about it. But every day, basically what you guys can expect, I guess, is, let me scroll down. It's Sunday, so we do a lot of stuff on Sunday. Is like this. So like this was Fridays. So it'll always have like every single day, it'll have your challengers doing something, like having fun, doing a challenge, whatever it is, just to kind of get them interacting with each other. And then what I used to do was, I used to do like a nightly check-in too. So I'm kind of doing that in this group, but not in my bar blend one. But basically it's just like rating yourself, like on a scale of 1 to 5. But this is, I mean, some of you guys are already in this challenge group, so you already know what it looks like. But it's just every day I give them something to do, or I give them some sort of information, I guess. And I did not come up with all this stuff, so don't feel like, holy crap, Megan's like phenomenal. I literally got it from someone and then I posted it. So like I pay like this girl to create this for me, and then I copy and paste it because like it takes away the giant headache. So don't feel like I can't coach because this is like all this stuff. So they do the graphics, they do like the wording, and I just take it, copy and paste it in here. So this is like a Facebook group. And then if you have a challenger in the month of January, the entire month, you add them to this group. They can do whatever program they want to do. They can start on whatever day they would like to start on. If you go to like the unit section, there's actually like a prep week. So I would just say like, hey, make sure you go through the quick prep week before you start, because that helps your challengers with like, what am I supposed to be doing? How do I log into my workouts? How do I meal plan? How do I prep? What's personal development? Why is she talking about taking pictures? Like it goes through everything. And so that, like this 7-day prep week, I actually created because I don't know, I'm just like a teacher, and I was like, okay, if this is my first challenge, what do I really need to know? So all of this stuff I have on a Google Doc, and I can literally just like send it to you so you have it to copy paste when you do your own group, if that makes sense. So as far as challenge groups are concerned for January and probably February, we'll run them together. So basically what you need to do is like be your best challenger. Once you have people who sign up with you, they go into the challenge group as well. And then I do like I email out meal plans and stuff. No, I don't create them myself. Yes, I pay someone to do it for me, but it's so much easier. And then I share it with all of you guys so that like, you can use that when you're talking to your challengers. You can say like, hey, like I have access to a weekly meal plan. Like, hey, I have access to this online fitness accountability group. And this is for you and for all of your challengers. So I don't want you to feel like, you know, tomorrow you have to go open up your own and do all this stuff by yourself. But the Google Doc obviously just has their name and email. I don't say anything like, join my team, like, you know, leave your coach and join me. It's nothing like that. It's literally just, hey, I hope you had a great week. Here's your meal plan. If you need help, check out the unit section. I share the challenger tracker with them. I'm like, hey, check off these boxes, stick to this, just to kind of get them into the realm of like coaching really. So it's funny, Alyssa's on the call, but I gave her like the challenge tracker before, and I was having her check into the challenge group, and like she was literally like doing all of the things. I'm like, do you just want to like coach? Because this is like, this is crazy. You're doing all of these things that I do as a coach. And so what we're doing right now in our challenge group, we're getting them to check in every day. We're getting them to get results and share progression pictures. We're having them do like the challenge tracker. And then basically like having fun. Like it's literally what we do as coaches. So everything that's in this challenge group is pretty much what we do as coaches already. So then that way, when I was like, hey, Alyssa, like, do you want to be a coach? You're literally already coaching. She was literally already coaching. The only thing maybe is like probably posting on social media. I'm sure not a lot of people do that right away. But like stories and stuff, a lot of people do stories and they're not coaching, you know? So challenge groups are to get people results, get fitness first. And then kind of like help them see like their true potential to help other people as well. So that's kind of what challenge groups are, I guess. I do have one on the app, the My Challenge Tracker app. And if you're in that one, you're going to notice it's the exact same content. I literally just copy and paste it and schedule it. So I did a how-to Facebook group and a how-to challenge tracker app to set it up. But when you're ready to like run your own, like I'm more than willing to help you, but I did make 2 like how-to videos to kind of walk you through step by step. So as a coach, first and foremost, your goal is to be like the best challenger you can be. So like checking into your challenge group, which is this group or the other group that you're in. If you have challengers, like let's say Alyssa adds someone tomorrow, like maybe go through and tag them in the post so they see it kind of thing, like encourage them, comment below, like and comment on their stuff, that kind of thing. So fitness wise, if you don't have a program yet, maybe like start thinking about like, I know tomorrow's Monday, but I'm starting Bar Blend tomorrow. So tomorrow's like my day one. I know like in my group, Bar Blend started like last week for some people. I wasn't finished with my program yet. So like I am starting day one by myself, but I'm still starting day one. I'm going to talk about day one, like, and share the whole program and stuff. So even if you have just been doing random programs, just picking one and like sticking to it for 30 days or 60 days or whatever and committing to posting about it tomorrow. I'm actually like nervous to work out tomorrow because like starting day one of like day 60, like gives me anxiety, but I'm excited because it's a new program. So there's that. So getting you a fitness program and then making sure you're in a challenge group. So if you are not in one of my challenge groups, like please like let me know ASAP so I can get you into this so you have it. But really it's just like an I do. So I'm going to do these challenge groups for you. And then it's like a we do. And that's where you come in, where you're liking and commenting, being your best challenger. And then, like I do, we do. And then at the end, you are going to go do it by yourself once you have challengers. I'm not going to ask you to open up a challenge group for yourself, just to like hang out and add stuff to your plate. So as far as January and February, I've got you for challenge groups. I've got you for meal plans. I've got you for, like, I literally have you. Okay. All you have to do is like get the best results you can get, post, share, invite, and get people into the group. Okay. All right. So, as far as posting, I just wanted to share some different things. So when I first started coaching, social media was so weird. This is like dinosaur days, so don't like judge, but back in like 2015, the more you posted, the more you showed up on people's newsfeed. So I literally used to post like 5 to freaking 7 times a day. Like how annoying is that? But the thing was that like Facebook showed whatever was recent. It wasn't really like tons of engagement. It was more of just like who was on all the time. So if you want a really good laugh, go to my page, click my photos and go to like my uploaded photos and just scroll down and you'll like just start dying laughing because like my old coaching posts were awful, like terrible. So like the ones you see now, you're like, oh, these are cool. Like this is awesome. No, you just keep scrolling all the way down and like make fun of me. It's totally fine. Like it pops up on my memories, like 4 years ago, you looked like this. And I was like, oh God. So just know that like posting will come. angles, what to post about, what to say, all that stuff will come to you as you go along your journey. But as you scroll through my feed, what do I want you to like think of me as? Okay, so like that's kind of really what I want you to think about. I want you to get rid of Beachbody for a second. Like I want you to get rid of I'm doing Morning Meltdown 100. Like get rid of all of that crap and tell me about who you are. So I know Kenzie's on here, but we had a one-on-one. It was awesome because she just got engaged and like she's planning her wedding. I'm like, girl, you just opened up like this entire niche out there of all these women who are sweating for the wedding, like just all of this stuff. And so we were just talking about like ramping her feed full of it, because like if you are planning for a wedding or ever have, you're obsessed with it until like the day you say I do, literally. So, but like for me, I'm in that awkward stage where it's like, we've been married for like 5 years. We don't have kids. We have dogs, and like, we're not really sure like about kids yet. So when you scroll my feed, obviously you're not going to see a bunch of kids. You're not going to see, I don't know, like I don't work, I guess, at school anymore. So you're not really going to see me a lot with like school stuff anymore. You're going to see more of like fitness for me, because that's like one of my things is just, I'm an athlete. So fitness is just something that I'm obsessed with. Just being kind of goofy and quirky and weird. I usually have headband on. If I don't, like my hair falls out, so it looks weird. I'm either in my office or like I'm literally like with my dogs. It's literally like two things. So as you're scrolling through here, like hopefully you can see like kind of who I am, like get a sense for who I am. Obviously sometimes pictures are way more like prettier, perfect than like what I actually look like right now, like hot mess, but it's okay to still share that too. So I still do like, this one I just got out of the shower, I was sharing it. I was like, I don't care, whatever. This one I just got done working out, sweaty, I don't care, whatever. I do like fashion, but it's a very basic fashion. So I don't talk about it like as this drastic fashion. It's literally just like on a dime, basically. I love fitness, so I always make sure to share transformations quite often, or, me working out or me in my element, basically. I share what I'm doing in my life. And so like this was like a date night box that we did, and that's going to attach, or that's going to talk to my market of people who have a boyfriend, who have a fiance, or who have a husband. So like that's a pretty big, niche, but that's literally going to be hitting my people. Fitness obviously is going to touch, just depending on different people. Me wearing, weird leggings and stuff like leopard all the time, or, in workout clothes all the time, that's going to hit certain different people. I try to talk about traveling quite often, because that's something that I'm doing now, and that's something I love to do. I still talk about our team and stuff. I still talk about Beachbody, but if you go through my posts, I never say like, hi, I'm Megan, I'm a Beachbody coach. How can I help you? It's literally, here's my entire story. And then people are like, what are you doing? And then I message them kind of privately, if that makes sense. The only time I ever really use Beachbody is obviously it's in the picture for the flowers, but also like if I'm doing something that I have to say like Beachbody income disclaimer or something like that, or a coach like shout out kind of thing. But otherwise I don't necessarily talk about Beachbody a lot. It's really just me and like my weirdness and trying to find other people who are weird like I am. So congrats, you guys all met the quota. I'm just kidding. But so like have fun with angles, have fun with your life. Like my life is literally like in sweats and workout stuff all the time. So I try to like get outside of my comfort zone and take some pictures, maybe outside with the dogs, maybe if we're traveling somewhere, trying to take extra pictures so I have different ones, trying to take different angles, trying to make, I don't know, my crazy basic life exciting, I guess. But this is me, like this is who I am. And like scrolling through it, I hope you would like be able to, I don't know, answer like 5 to 10 questions about me. Like, yeah, she likes to do that. No, she doesn't like that. So if you have other coaches that you know of, if you have people that you love to follow, like Jillian Michaels or Kate Hudson or something like that, like even, celebrities, if you follow them, when you look at their pictures, like you can kind of get a sense for who they are. And that's actually why I love Instagram, because I feel like you can look up celebrities and still get kind of like who the hell they actually are without all the perfect pictures and stuff too. So that's like posting, I guess. before I show you my like wording for posts, I just want you guys to know you do not have to mock anything that I do. You don't have to copy it. You don't have to do any of that stuff because mine get kind of long sometimes. I'm a math teacher, but I swear I was like an English teacher like way a long time ago just to like blog, not necessarily like wording or anything, but I just love to write. I love to, to blog basically. But here's just like some different ideas. So maybe this is something you do early on in your journey. Maybe this is something you do every couple of weeks, every month, maybe. It's just fun to give people random information about you. So I did this thing where it was like, oh my gosh, what are you actually doing right now with your life? And so I was like trying to give them tidbits of like where I'm at now in my life, but also giving them kind of a backstory of who I am, I guess. So I just did a couple of random facts about myself. And this is fun because this is like, people remember these little things about you because that's what they're going to relate to. So maybe someone's reading through this and they immediately see the word like teacher, or, I taught math in middle school and high school math. Like maybe they see that and they're also a teacher. So now we relate, if that makes sense. So that's always a fun post to do. I always talk about our team. This is a short, sweet, to the point thing, but you can use pictures of our team if you want, even if you're not in it, and talk about them. Like I'm not in this picture, but I'm talking about them. You can use, obviously, like you can have your spouse or kids or whoever in your pictures and stuff. But this is just me talking about my life and not really about a workout. We just got done working out and stuff, but it doesn't really say that in my post. So your picture doesn't have to like directly reflect your post that you're talking about. Like here's another one. I'm just wearing like a cute sweater. Like it has nothing to do with Beachbody, but now I'm relating to my market because like all these people that are like, oh my God, it's so cute. Oh my God, I love your sweater. Like those are my people because they like the print basically. This is a fitness one, but you wouldn't really know that because it's just like a funny shirt. Like I always wear shirts like that. That's going to hit my market of people who have dogs, maybe who have kids and think it's funny, who love like graphic tees. Like, so do you see how I'm trying to like hit my market without being like, I'm a Beachbody coach, like down their throat all of the time. Let's see. This one was like, so Aaron's teaching now, and actually the whole story of coaching and like what happened in my business was because of like him deciding to go back to school. So this was like me sharing my coaching story. So if you like haven't heard it before, like that's where it's at. So I try to like give my coaching story once, maybe twice a week. So if you were like, hell, I just joined because Megan asked me to, like, think about like why you actually did. Like, why did you say yes? Like, why are you sitting on a call? Like, why do you work out or whatever? Because when I first started, my coaching journey was literally just to hold myself more accountable. Like my coach was like, do you want to coach? I was like, no. And she's like, well, it'll hold you accountable because you have to show up for, Susie or Sarah or whatever. And like being an athlete my entire life, I would show up for my team member before I would myself. Because I don't know, I'm just kind of weird like that. But so coaching actually for me when I first started was just accountability. Here's like an objection post that I had. So sometimes if you get like objections from people, you can use them when you post, which is kind of fun. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, Alyssa said that, I'm not going to say that, but I might take her objection and try to like turn it around into a positive thing, or whatever. So this one was just basically about people choosing themselves. Like everybody out there is like, oh, I would love to, but this, and this, like what happens if you actually just like, put you first kind of thing. So using objections, you can definitely do that. You can use emojis if you want to. You don't have to. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I forget. There's no right or wrong way to do it. This one was a Disney picture. So it's talking about my coaching journey again, talking about who I am. Transformation photo. Sometimes it's a long one for me. Sometimes it's super short. I kind of want to hit a pain point when I'm sharing a transformation. So like I'm going to use Alyssa again because she just shared hers a couple of days ago, but she like gave her story like of her coaching and like why she's coaching and like where she was at before and like what she's overcome. That like a lot of people I bet are like, holy shit, like I connect with that, or messaging her like, thanks for sharing that or whatever it is. That's kind of like, I don't know, you showing up more than just Beachbody kind of thing. This was a coaching post. So the girl in the middle is actually one of my coach's daughters. And then Karina, who's on the left, that's actually not even her mom. Like she's just inspired by me and Karina, and her mom is one of my challengers. And so like, because we show up all the time and because we have her mom showing up, like we were like her, I don't know, role models and stuff. And literally like, I was like bawling. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so, precious and stuff. But this is literally like why you do what you do. This was just a random, like I just wanted to show my outfit because I actually had pants on that day. But I actually started talking about the business because I went and did like a presentation. So the picture does not have to match like exactly what you're talking about, I guess. Have fun with angles, like set it up, set your timer on like 3 to 10 seconds or whatever. Take a picture and just like talk. Like, what are you feeling? What did your PD say to you today? What did your fitness journey say to you? What's something that happened to you? What's relatable, that kind of thing. So these, I don't know why those pictures are in there, but this is me being my goofy self in my office. Like this is literally like what I look like 24/7. Like I'm in my office with my headphones on and I'm literally jamming to Pop 2K stuff. But I'm just sharing with people like what the heck I'm actually up to, like what I'm doing. And this is me, like 110%, like headband, sweats, like to the T. Not even kidding. Transformation. This one was a little bit longer. I kind of gave a little bit more of my story. This was something that, so Aaron and I got Christmas cards this year, and we actually we barely had money to do our own wedding invitations like 5 years ago. And so this meant a lot to me. And this might have, if Kenzie was scrolling through here and she saw that I started talking about my wedding and how I couldn't afford this and couldn't afford that, maybe that draws Kenzie in. Okay. So like, that's how you draw people in, is you talk about pain points. But then I brought like a positive at the end, if that makes sense. So just really random anything. Sometimes I do funny things about like your spouse and stuff, because then that gets more of my niche market and stuff. This one, like I try to be funny sometimes. I have really dry sense of humor, but I don't know. I think I'm funny, so I like share about it and stuff. And so some people think it's funny and some people are like, cool, you're annoying. Well, those aren't my people. So that's how that goes. And then I do try to give people tips and tricks along the way. So maybe if you are, you love information, you love to get information from like everything, you want to be so knowledgeable, help other people like how to organize all of that information. So like this one, I just wanted to like help people get started for their day, or like what to do when you've been sitting there like, I should probably be doing something, but I'm just not. What's helped me is working from a list. So I always work from a list. And so I'm giving them like this tip, if that makes sense. So just trying to give any tips that you can along the way. That one's just a different picture angle, talking about our challenge groups that we have. This one, I don't really have abs, but I was like talking to them because I wanted to. I don't know, it worked out. This one, I'm working in my office. And so helping them, getting into a routine, helping them, kind of follow through and stuff. And again, I'm in my office, sweats and headband. Like that's literally who I am. And then I love to do decor. I love DIY projects. And so I'm just sharing me. And then all of these people who are liking and commenting, those are my people. Like those are my, people who like to do what I do. For some reason, like a fitness photo, if I show that I'm dying, people are like way more motivated than if I'm like, hey, look at me, I just worked out. I don't know. It's whatever works. Having fun with transformation photos, side-by-side face. You could do body. You can do just like that glow up that you have. You could do income transformation. You can do like a confidence transformation. I know Kenzie posted about something the other day. It was like, I feel more confident about something. I was reading through that. So like, that's awesome to share that with people, because sometimes this picture relates more because people see their faces in photos all the time. They're like, oh my God, I need to do something, versus like having, a body transformation or something. I have like 800 cups. So like once you guys like become like my BFF and you're at my house all the time, I literally have like 900 of these cups, and Aaron hates me for it, but I think they're funny. Like just like my t-shirts, like I just collect them. So I don't know. But then also just like letting people know like, hey, I have fresh nails. And so maybe my girl is looking at her nails like, I really need to get my nails done, but I don't have the money. So then maybe now they're kind of like their wheels are turning about coaching or about joining up and like, that kind of thing. This one obviously is like a no-brainer. It's, your vision board kind of thing, just talking about coaching really without being like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Like, here's this. So posting, I just want you guys to like have fun and know that there is no like right or wrong way to post, no right or wrong way to like say something. It's literally just whatever comes to you. Sometimes my posts are way too long. Sometimes my posts are like super short. It just depends, kind of like what I'm feeling, I guess. Sometimes I Google like inspirational quote on like social media or like on like Google and look for quotes and stuff. And then I think I read the quotes, and then sometimes it just like jogs stuff in my head too. So like the snacksident thing, I totally found that online. And this one I totally found online too, but I'm not gonna tell anyone. Just trying to think. There's anything else? Oh, share like just little things in your life, because I thought that like being at home all day was super boring and not exciting. And then I started to share little things that changed my life. Like these little headbands, like the old school keychain headbands, like they changed my life. And like sharing and talking about that was so dumb, but like so many people were like, oh my God, what? I've never heard of those. Or like this weird thing, like it holds your phone while it's charging and stuff. So you can still do like videos and like look at your phone and all that fun stuff. So I got it and I was like, cool. And then I shared it one day and someone was like, oh my God, this changed my life. And I was like, okay, it's just a stand, but like just little stuff like that. Like that is stuff that you can share and have fun with. I don't know. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you just examples of posting. Sometimes mine are long, sometimes they're short. Like I said before, there's no right or wrong way. People love when you compare you that we see and the you that you actually are, like the Instagram versus reality kind of thing. You'll find what your market loves. You'll find what your market doesn't really like to see, I guess. Apparently I didn't see her for this picture. I share about my dogs a lot too. I'm weird, so I share like weird socks and stuff. I do talk about my vision for things. So when it actually happens, people are like, oh my God, she talked about it. She dreamt about it. Like she worked for it and now it's happening. So like I shared this and now my workout space downstairs is like finally coming together. And so it's awesome because people like they believe in you so much more, you know, when you talk about something and then you actually like put it in action and do it. That's the same thing with your guys' fitness journeys and stuff. Like if you talk about like, I'm doing this program, this makes me feel really good. And then in 7, 14, 21 days, you have an amazing transformation, like weight loss or weight gain. And people are like, oh my God, like you do look awesome. Like the actions speak louder than words. We all know that. You've been with guys before. Like actions do speak louder than words. So just have fun with it. Have fun with your life. Have fun with posting. I actually love to post. I used to absolutely freaking hate it because I was like, what do I say? Like, this is so stupid. But now I love it because I'm able to share my life and to talk about like who I am, I guess. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's awesome. I love posting. So as far as posting goes, way back when, I used to have to post a million bazillion times. But now I usually post sometime in the morning or like noonish. It just depends. You know, whenever your market, you know, is on social media. Some of my coaches are moms, and so they have little babies. And so, you know, they're up at like 4 or 5, like they're up and, you know, ready for the day. You know, and they're not up, you know, super late. They're probably going to bed early just to try to like catch some sleep before the baby wakes up. You know, like their schedule is different than mine. But mine is like still that teacher, still that working girl. So usually in the morning between probably like 6 and 10. And then at night, anytime after 6:30 probably is when my market is on social media. So think about when you're on social media, and that's usually when your market is on social media. Not like mindlessly like Facebook scrolling all the time, actually like coming on to get content or something. So even like an 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock post does really well because that's when people are like getting in bed, scrolling their news feed, you know, when they could be working a business and making money, but they're like in their jammies sleeping, you know. So just trying to figure out the best timing. Sometimes my posts do better on like a Tuesday than they do on a Sunday or something. You'll get that as you go. But honestly, if you just worry about getting your face out there, getting you out there for people to start knowing you and liking you and trusting you, that is what's going to help your conversations and the inviting process. So if I took away all of these posts and I was like, hey, do you want to join me for coaching? You'd be like, I'm sorry, who are you and what do you want from me? That's why we run challenge groups, to get to know your challengers, to like really get to know them on a personal level. So when you ask them to coach, it's like basically just saying, please continue this journey with me because I loved hanging out with you. But if you don't have a challenge group, it's hard to offer the coaching opportunity, you know, because it's like, hey, come do this thing with me that you have no idea what I'm talking about. Like they really have to know, like, and trust you. And that's kind of where that posting pieces those things together. So hopefully, like, and your pictures are not, everything's not going to be perfect, and mine aren't now either, but it'll get better, I promise you. So again, if you want like a really bad laugh, like scroll all the way down. It's terrible. So posting probably 1, if not 2 times a day, if you like have that quality post over quantity, I'm totally okay with it. But honestly, if I don't post sometime in the like morning, afternoon, people are like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Why are you not on social media? Like, I need to see you. And then if I like don't put up something after supper, before I go to bed, like this weekend, on Saturday, I think it was, I posted in the afternoon. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to bother people at night and post again. And people were like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not blowing up my feed? I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I thought you hated it. Like, people actually like look forward to that. Like, they look forward to your stories. They look forward to your pictures and stuff. So into stories, I'm just going to go through, I was going to open up my Instagram and then show you just my stories. The only reason I'm showing you mine is because I can critique mine and be like, wow, I shouldn't have done that. And I don't want to do that to someone else because that's not nice. Okay, I think I can open it. Can you guys see my Instagram page? Yeah, okay. So I don't think I'll be able to hear it. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Let me go back. I forgot I already looked at my stories. So I'll be honest, Monday through Thursday, my stories are like jamming. Saturday, Sunday is kind of a little bit quieter because I'm out doing stuff unless I have my phone on me. But basically this is showing like I have a new post on my Instagram, hopefully draw people to my page. And then this is like my life. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, so I have coffee this morning. I'm driving home. So I'm trying to get my coffee lovers. Actually, I had people message me about coffee today, and I was like, cool, I'm finding my people. Now I'm talking about my nails. No one gives a crap, but I'm talking about them. Asking people's opinion, they love that. They love when you ask their opinion. So I always give 2 options. 9 times out of 10, you guys, I'm not going to lie, I already know what I'm going to do. But like, I'm going to ask their opinion anyways, just because I love to like hear it. Sometimes with outfits, I literally wait for people to vote before I change because like, I can't ask Erin because it just doesn't work out. And then asking them to pick which one, giving them an opportunity to like push on your stories. This is like real life. This is like my dog, real life. So Kenza has like the same dog. It's funny. But
okay.
So then I accidentally shopped.
I have to show you my Marshalls.
And I can turn this. So I'm just sharing with like what I found, what I got, why I got it. The reason I'm sharing all this information is because like I love to shop, but I'm not going to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars. I literally shop on a dime. I never pay full price for anything. So this is like my like secret superpower, I guess. I don't know.
Ask, like, where is this stuff? Yeah.
So that's me giving back to them. Now I'm showing them that I'm working right now before my call tonight. So I'm showing them I'm plugging it in like the pockets of my day. And this was, I asked someone a question on one of my pictures, and like I had someone message me. So getting people to DM you and message you is like kind of the key, I guess. Then there's Jody. She's crazy. So the whole part of stories, and honestly, like I said before, Monday through Thursday is really like kind of like my niche for stories. Friday is more of like during the day is awesome. At night is kind of unplugged because I do need to refresh. I need to unplug. But sometimes I do more exciting things on the weekends. So it's nice to like have stories over the weekend because people are like, oh, you actually do something with your life besides hang out, and work out clothes and stuff. And sometimes I piggyback off my post. So like this morning I did a post about my jammies, like laying in this bed or whatever. And I talked about how like waking up and living my life was better than dreaming and stuff. And then I put it in my stories, and then I started talking about like my life, talking about why I love it, talking about what's awesome about it. So just kind of like thinking of you when you go get your hair done back in dinosaur days when they gave you a magazine, you're like flipping through it, you stopped on a picture of like some really cute guy, and then you saw there was an article about him cheating. You're like, oh my God, I have to read this. That's the same thing. So it's like your Instagram is like magazine picture, And then like your stories is like, I need to know what the hell she's doing with her life. Like, who is this girl? You know, that kind of thing. So stories is where people creep. We all know that, because that's where you are, like, you 110%. Because if I go to your stories, like, they see like this, you know, like they don't see like the perfect lighting, like all this crap. They literally see you. And so on your stories, Beachbody does a really good job on the tracker of just giving different ideas. But honestly, you guys, like, when I was doing one-on-ones, I was just sharing just like reality life, like your reality life. Like if it was like reality of like making geese, like what's your day like? That's what I share. So do you have to do workout videos? No. Do you have to do sweaty selfies? No. Do you have to do nutrition? No. Like there's nothing that says like, you know, you didn't do it right because you didn't do X, Y, Z. But the thing is, I want to know, like, if I was like sitting on your shoulder all day, like I want to know what you do. Like I want to know what your life is. So tomorrow I'm starting Bar Blend. So what I'm going to do is like show them my morning routine. I'm going to show them like the affirmation cards, show them the login, show them the workout, like walk them through that piece, because I've been talking about it for 30 plus days. And now tomorrow is my day one. And so I'm going to start talking about that. And then I'm going to share like some of my challengers and stuff. And so like, I know Alyssa is doing like oh, you can see it in her picture. She's got like a wall that she's putting up her affirmations. It's so cute. And like at day 60, it's going to look freaking awesome. And so like just sharing like the importance of getting in a routine, like, you know, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to share with them, you know, maybe what I ate that day. And if I don't feel like it, guess what? I don't do it. Like, I'll share with them like what I'm doing working, or what the dogs and I do that day, or something funny that happens, or just life in general. There is no, you have to do this, you have to post about this, you have to do this. Like some coaches make goofy music videos. I suck at them. Like, so I do it like once every blue moon just to like give my followers like something to laugh at. You know, I would rather show them clothes that I accidentally purchased, or like where I got them from, or whatever. So just know, like, stories is just your reality TV, but always let them like make sure they're going, always making sure that they're like something's up there. If you want to be kind of like towards the top, I guess, of stories, posting every couple of hours versus doing like a crap ton at 9 a.m. and then nothing all day. But remember, when you are on social media, your market is on social media. So when I was teaching, I was busy in the morning from like 4:30 in the morning until 8 o'clock. I was on stories, and then it was silent until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, because I was teaching. And like, I need to be a teacher. I need to be, you know, like in my job and doing 110%. And then, you know, at 5 o'clock or whenever Aaron and I went home, like then my stories like picked back up. And so don't feel like you have to be on stories all of the time to be successful. Just try to find good pockets of time. And also, if you're working, your market is working. So, you know, just know that. And then a good thing too, like later on at night, is to put up some posts, because when people start sitting there to scroll at night before they go to bed, you go to the top, if that makes sense. So I would say at night is more important, kind of more important, like between 5 and 10 o'clock at night, to move your business and like really ramp things up. If you post in the morning on your stories, you're going to get those early birds, those people who are up no matter what. They're going to get their workout in no matter what, you know, that kind of thing. And so those turn into really good coaches too. So just kind of when you're on social media, when you're blowing up your feed and stuff, that's when your market probably is too. Okay. So fitness program, we talked about that whole thing. We talked about posting just ideas, stories and stuff. The last two things I want to do is just kind of show you in like my inviting process, and just show you the connecting piece of it. So I always start on Facebook, and then whatever I do on Facebook, I literally go and do the exact same thing on Instagram. So I'm going to go back to my Facebook. I go to my actual page, and so like, let's just say today's Sunday. So I would, if I'm doing this consistently, which I didn't do it this weekend, and I'm going to tell you that without like lying to you, because I really didn't. So I would have to go back to like Friday for an example. So I'm just going to go back maybe to that Saturday. There's Jody. Come on, computer. Slowly but surely. That's Friday. The 9th. Okay, so I'll just start with this one. So this would be like, so what I would do today, so tomorrow's Monday, so I would go to Sunday stuff and start liking and commenting and that kind of thing. But I'm gonna go back a couple of days because I'll be honest, I didn't do it this weekend because I was gone. So here's my post. Obviously, it's a transformation picture. I talked about my thyroid. I talked about migraines. I talked about pain points. I talked about really cleaning out your circle of friends. I talked about, kind of giving yourself a vision of like who you want to be and knowing it's okay to make a difference and stuff. So I'm going to go to this post and I'm going to read all of my comments. So just to make sure, Erin commented, I'm going to like respond back to her. Shay commented, I'm going to respond back to her. Michaela did, and then my mom did. And so she said, hard work and consistency pays off. Go get them, Sunbeam. So that's what my mom calls me, by the way. So I would say like, I don't know, thanks, Mom. Okay, so then what happens is now if you grab your phone and go to your Facebook and your newsfeed, my picture is probably popping up. So that's how that works. So the reason I go back a day is because it's like the stuff from yesterday, if you didn't see it, if I comment on it and stuff, you're probably going to see it now. Kind of thing. So it's just like another way to kind of get your stuff into people's news feeds. So if you want to wait to comment back for a couple of hours or even a day, totally do that. If it's something you want to comment right away, that's awesome. I know Kenzie did something about like an ear infection or something. So she was like commenting because she like, was looking for help and stuff. And so she can go back and be like, hey, this worked. Thanks so much for your input, that kind of thing. And that can pop her picture back up to the top of a feed, if that makes sense. And then what I do, so that's like connecting, like making sure I'm responding to people, is I click on likes and comments. So when I first started coaching, I literally had 5 people. 2 of them were family members. One was like a random dude. And I think the other one was Aaron. So when you start, it's okay if you have 5 people and you're like, cool, this isn't working for me. It's a process. So this is one of the pictures that does really well. There's some coaches out there who get like thousands of likes on like stupid pictures. I literally, if I think I have a bomb picture and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to do so well, I get like 2 likes. If I throw up something like last minute, I get like 100. I don't get it. It's whatever. It's just a process. So anyway, I'm going to scroll through here and like, obviously Erin's my spouse, so I'm not going to message and like, all that stuff. So Jamie, she's one of our coaches. So as I go through here, you're going to notice a lot of these people are my coaches because I did the work before. So before, Jamie wasn't one of my coaches. Karina wasn't. Shelby wasn't. T wasn't. Morgan was not one of my coaches. So what I would do is I would click Jamie, I would double click or like right click it and open her Facebook picture or like open up her profile in a tab. And so I would go through and show you all this, but it's going to take like 100 years because I'm doing Zoom. But that's what I do. If it's a new person, if it's someone I haven't talked to in a while, maybe it's someone who's not on our team, maybe it's someone I can invite or something like that, I right click and I open their Facebook picture or profile. I creep on them, see if they're like a coach, see if they have sweaty selfies. I click on their message, see if I talked to them before. And then I honestly just say like, I would say, hey, Jamie, I saw your love on my transformation post on Friday. Seriously means so much to me. My journey has been an incredible one. Definitely not easy, but totally worth it. Would you ever consider joining up with one of my challenges? That's an invite. Okay. So as I'm going through here, if I find 2 people, if I find 3 people, like that's 2 or 3 really good invites because they liked your stuff. They saw it, they liked it. So like it's a potential. Okay. So these first 6 are all of my coaches. That's actually my upline. That's one of my challengers, coach. That's one of my coaches. That's my coach. Like, do you see like all of these people before were random people. All of them were random. And so I just reached out to them. So Anna is actually someone I've been talking to about fitness, about coaching with us. And so I would reach back out to her and say, hey, Anna, like we've talked before. So I would be like, hey, I really appreciate your constant support on my journey. Have you given any more thought to joining up with us? Okay. Tiffany, I've been talking to her about fitness and stuff. She just had 2 kids. She just had a baby. He just turned 1. So she's like ready to get back into it and maybe start her fitness journey. So I'm going to reach out to her. Challenger, like most of these challengers. Challenger. Here's a new one. Okay, so Courtney, I talked to her a while ago about it. She's been itching a little bit for the coaching opportunity. Plus she kind of likes this whole fitness thing. So I would reach out to Courtney and be like, hey, I saw your love on my transformation post last week, and I seriously have been thinking about you all weekend. Would you ever consider doing a fitness challenge with me? That's another invite. And I feel like it's okay to invite these people because they're already reading your posts, liking it, commenting on it, maybe whatever it is. And so if you reach out to them about a specific post, sometimes I message about the post because I want them to be like, oh yeah, I did like that. Like that was a really good transformation. Or what they're going to do is they're going to go back to your page and be like, what the hell did I like? Like, what is she talking about? And then they're going to be like, oh damn. Okay. Like I'm in. So it just like brings people to your page. And then what's cool is like, as she's scrolling down, she's going to see all of my other posts. Okay. So it's just drawing people to your page. And so that's what I would do. I would go through all of these and try to find new people, invite people. When you're first starting out, if it's one person, that's one person. If it's nobody, awesome. Like you have 5 people in your thing that maybe it's your cousin or something. You could be like, hey, Susie, thanks so much for loving on my transformation post. I know we talked and this really isn't for you, but do you think you would have anyone in mind that would love to XYZ? Could you send them my way or something? Or would you be okay with a referral kind of thing? Some of these girls, like they just don't have money to do it. Like I've asked them repeatedly and they're just like, it's a money issue. So if I ever do like a free group, I can offer that to them. Or I could say like, hey sister, I know that you had like an objection with money and stuff, and I completely understand after the holidays, but do you have a couple of friends who you think would want to do this with you? Because you could potentially sign up and then put them underneath of you and waive like your sign up fee. Because I mean, if they have 2 people to sign up, it could potentially just make her money back, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's what I would do. That's my liking and commenting. So then what I would do is when I'm done with this in like 1 post or 2 posts or whatever, obviously I have more because I didn't do my job this weekend. So I'm going to be doing this all day tonight or all night tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to go back through my posts and start messaging and inviting people. And then, so like, here's Alyssa's post, for example. So Alyssa, what I would do, go back through, comment, comment, comment on every single one of these. Okay. And then, like when you're going back through them, obviously like don't invite me. Like you can if you want, but don't, like, you know, Cassie or whatever. And I think Chrissy was on here too. Yeah. Like these are girls in our pods. So like if you went to their page or whatever, you know, like you can invite whoever you want to invite. Like people are going to say yes or no. But like if you wanted to, you could say, you know, hey, just wanted to reach out personally and say thank you so much for your support on my transformation photo. I'm excited about this journey. You know, talk about you starting up your own challenge group, even though it's technically like mine, it's our challenge group, so it's your own. And just ask if they'd want to do this with you. Maybe you could say like, this is my first one. I'm super excited and I would love to link arms with like-minded people. Like, would you be down to talk about more information or something? And then you're going to go through all of these 109 likes and you're going to go through exactly what I just showed you. Like, who is this girl? Open it up, creeper, invite her. Who is this girl? Open it up, creeper, invite her. Like, that's literally what it is. So then now when you go back through this post, all these people are going to see this, every single one of them. And then maybe they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so welcome. And you're like, oh my God, thanks so much, you know, or whatever. I usually throw like a GIF on there or something at the end, like, I don't know, just to kind of like end the conversation. But a lot of people will do that. Okay. So like Sam, I would go back, click like, and obviously you commented, which is awesome. Lindsay, click like, comment on it. Try to do different comments. Obviously it would look kind of weird if you're like, thanks. Like do like, I don't know, give some love. So anyway, that's what I would do. I would go back through all my pictures. So I'm not going to work on this picture tonight, and I'm not going to work on this one because these are from today. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So it gives you like something to work from, if that makes sense. So then what I do from there, you guys, is I literally go to Instagram. It's the same picture. Normally, unless I'm like a frame behind or something. It's usually the same picture, but it's different people because different people have Instagram, different people have Facebook. Is it a lot of the same? Yeah. Is it a lot of Beachbody coaches? Yeah, because I spoke at events. Like I have a lot of Beachbody coaches on my page. But as you connect with people, new people, that brings in new invites and stuff. Like Amanda would never be on my Instagram ever, like if it was private and I didn't add people, you know, or comment or anything like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I go to Facebook pictures, likes, comments, all that stuff. I go to Instagram, exact same thing. Hopefully out of there, I can get 5 invites. That's my goal, is like, hopefully I can get some invites out of there. Then I get to go to my stories and then get to like hang out in my stories. So what I do is I pick a frame. So like it's 8:30 at night. I might pick a frame from this morning, maybe about like my coffee or something. I don't know. And I would just go through there and be like, oh my God, I had the best coffee ever this morning. What's your go-to? I'm looking to spruce things up or something. Like nothing Beachbody. I'm going to go through and like message all the people. Obviously, I'm not going to message like people I don't care about or like random dudes that are like, hey girl. But I'm just going to go through and message like my people. Normally you can tell from their profile picture, from their name, normally. Might take a little bit to creep, but I'm going to message all of them. When I'm finished with that, I go to my inbox and I screenshot it. And I screenshot like all of the frames. So maybe I have like 5 pictures of 10 people. That's 50 people I just talked to. I'm going to take all of those pictures and I just email them to myself. So I have them on my email and not my phone. And then I'll just put as the subject, I'll put invite. And then today is Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I usually wait like 2 to 3 days. And I'll put invite on Wednesday. So then on Wednesday, if I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I have no one to invite, I have 50 people that I just connected with. And so what I would do on Wednesday, I'm going to take those pictures. I'm going to go back and be like, hey sister, I still see you watching my stories. And I'm going to pick like a fitness one or something, or maybe I'll just go right to her direct messages and be like, hey sister, I see you still watching my stories. I love your support. It means so much to me. Would you be open to more information on joining up with my next fitness challenge? So they watched your stories. You were like, hey, I see you watching my stories. You gave them a couple of days. And now you're like, hey, I still see you watching my stories. 9 times out of 10, they're still watching your stories. Do I go back and check? No. 9 times out of 10, they're still watching your stories. A lot of them just think that it's back to like the conversation you had before. So no one ever really questions it. But that's what I do. So like tonight, that's what I'll do, is I'll go through one frame, go through my people, screenshot, email. 3 days later, I'll say invite, whatever. Okay. And then tomorrow is like, would be Tuesday. So I'm going to have all my frames go through. Maybe I'll pick like a midday one, like maybe it was something goofy about the dogs. Go through. And now obviously I'm not going to like re-invite the people from yesterday. But since I screenshotted it, I emailed it to myself, I looked at it, I creeped them on Instagram, you're more than likely to remember like, I just messaged her yesterday. But if you don't know, you can always click and just see if you message them. And then I just send that to them. And then I screenshot those and I send them to my email. So tomorrow would like, tomorrow's not Tuesday, Megan. Tomorrow's Monday, sorry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So then I would put invite Thursday on that email and then get it off my phone because I don't want a bunch of pictures. And then on Wednesday or Tuesday, I would do the exact same thing. Wednesday, do the exact same thing. And I just count 3 days. The reason I do that is because, I don't know, you could do 2, I guess, if that makes more sense to you. But I just do 3 because that gives them like 2 full days of me, if that makes sense. So like I need to be talking about my fitness. I need to talk about my coaching opportunity, you know, that kind of thing on my stories, kind of giving them who I am. So then when I say like, hey, would you be interested in my fitness challenge? They're not like, what the hell are you talking about? You didn't talk about it at all this week. Well, I make sure that I talk about it, if that makes sense. So that's how I invite from Instagram stories. And then I do the exact same thing on Facebook. I noticed there's a lot of people following me on Facebook that follow me on Instagram. So sometimes they get like, I message them on both, but I always make sure it's a different frame and I say something different. So don't like, don't send like the same message to all these people on Facebook and go send the same message to everybody on Instagram. Because they're like, dude, I got it on Facebook. I always try to send something different. So, because Facebook people are different than Instagram people. I don't know, they just are. So, okay. Hey guys, we're just finished up our call. So that's what I have for fitness, for posting stories, inviting, and connecting. Does that make sense for you guys? Yes? Awesome. Okay. I'm going to stop recording.